What do I believe that depression is? I believe that depression is a deep, 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 deep disconnect from what your soul needs. And the way society is structured, it doesn't give you that. So I think if you are forced into nature and into survival mode, into a community of hunters and gatherers, then your depression will be solved. And because what you're trying to do is force yourself into a modern society where your soul just says, it doesn't conform to me. And it's almost like as if everybody has a certain level of depression in modern society without realizing it. Because the depression also comes from other people when, for example, other people are unhappy and they project it onto you, or you spend time with them, then you are also not as happy. For example, I noticed the last few days that people here in this area are not in such a good mood, and I can feel that. And although we're mostly in nature but not fully nature, most people, like if you take the forest that's the forest is mostly empty, not many people go there. And but you have the beach, so a lot of people spend time at the beach, and the beach also helps a lot. I noticed, for example, on Mallorca, where everybody goes to the beach, that usually people are in better mood than anywhere else. So but for example, take one society, which is like Japan and Germany, and it's a very conformist, hyper capitalistic modern society. And in that in that context, I feel that a lot of people are unhappy in some form of fashion. Or for some people, where the soul is really screaming for nature and loving environment, I think, especially if people didn't have that as children, also, I think that that it comes to them much faster, that they feel a deep sense of depression. So I do think that there's a lot of things that nature provides, and also being outside and connecting with your feet to the ground and all of this stuff, which makes you get out of depression. I'm pretty sure it would be interesting to run an experiment where you take severely depressed people, you take their shoes away, and you spend with them a week in the forest. You probably would have to do 3 to 4 weeks until they really get acclimatized. They get really used to this new energy. So yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with conforming to modern society, when in reality the soul, and then they go do something like they stop working, but then they're sitting in the apartment and not doing anything. So that's not really connecting back to nature. That's literally just making it worse sometimes. So I think if you have real depression, it would be interesting to do a complete survival training in nature, maybe with an expert, for a week, 2, 3, and see what happens when you do that.